Hi, everybody. I am Holly Celiano, and today is Friday, May 2nd. There has been a barrage of information since last week. So, one of the first things I want to start off with is the Iraq Stock Exchange is closed from May 1st and it resumes on May 4th. So, interesting things could be happening behind the scenes while that is down. So, let me start off and screen share. Hold on. Let's go here. Go here. Okay. So the first one we're going to start with is this is from 8589 Bull. Everyone keeps asking, and I know this is a big thing, what moves first, the IQD or the XRP? The answer, he says, is the IQD flips first, and then the XRP follows fast. And that does make sense. Iraq's revaluation is the event, it's the trigger. It resets regional liquidity, it realigns trade, and it floods the system with pressure. The pressure needs the rails, fast, neutral, compliant rails. That's when XRP ignites. IQD is the fuse, XRP is the ignition. So let's just keep an eye on that and see what happens as Iraq's, like I just said, their stock exchange is down. Let's see what happens when they come back up. Let's click to this one. This is from Crypto Geek. Breaking, the US Treasury has officially approved XRP for settling national debt. That's huge. A historic milestone for crypto adoption. The XRP ledger, XRPL, is on fire, and the CTF token is dominating the DeFi space as the number one DeFi asset on the XRP ledger. CTF is gaining serious traction, supercharged by a major partnership with Amazon and Walmart. With projected 20 billion market cap, the CTF token could skyrocket from 0.92 cents to an incredible $748 per token. Only 119 million tokens exist. Supply is tight, demand is soaring, and the real world XRPL utility is exploding. As I've been talking about, it's all about the tariffs, the XRP ledger, the gold, and then we will see all the not the cryptocurrencies, the revaluation of currencies. This is another one I have put up. There is something big happening behind the scenes, and it's too big to ignore. Let's break it down. This week, NASA, yes, NASA, the civilian space agency, confirmed it detected three massive explosions and three thermal nuclear hotspots deep underground at Iran's nuclear facilities. I'm sure you all heard about the explosions in Iran. Not the Pentagon, not the mainstream media, but it was NASA. Why would NASA be announcing battlefield nuclear level events? Simple, the explosions were so large they triggered the Earth monitoring satellites designed to detect surface temperature changes. It was impossible to hide, and using NASA makes them scientific instead of military, keeping tensions from boiling over immediately. This wasn't a strike, it was a direct hit inside underground nuclear reactors, something normal bombs cannot easily reach. Can we maybe say rods of God? That's not him saying that. I'm saying that. This was coordinated and surgical, and it wasn't just physical damage. Reports show over 750 casualties already, with the number still rising. Now, the bigger timeline. Massive shifts are happening with the Iraq US relations. Major financial system realignments, BRICS, BIS movements, M2 surges. Suddenly, 5.2 trillion in new US trade investments secured by Trump. Iran's influence getting smashed from the inside without a public war declaration. Now enter Kim Clement's prophecy. Iran will fall from within, but what they built underground will be exposed and neutralized. There will be great confusion. Is it war? Is it peace? Follow this with the Middle East will shift and the wealth of nations will begin to flow to my people. The event matches that prophecy almost perfectly, and it's happening in real time. Iran's nuclear capability, the same one used for leverage, threats, and chaos in the Middle East, just got shattered from within. No warning, no headlines screaming World War III, just surgical disruption hidden behind a scientific statement. This wasn't random, it wasn't accidental. It was a covert removal of power. And just so it happens to align with the same window where global money systems are quietly being prepared for a hard transition. When historians look back, this weekend might be seen as the day the board got reset without a shot fired publicly. The era of shadow control is ending. So that was a huge piece being put together. Let's go to this one. Breaking, the U.S. Treasury has officially approved XRP. I just read that one. Sorry about that. Okay, the weekend news cap, what actually matters. This is 589 Bull again. Marco Rubio just met Iraq's foreign minister in D.C., strategic investment talks locked in behind closed doors. SEC Commissioner Atkins came out swinging, called out the old SEC leadership for killing innovation, confirmed crypto is now front and center under Trump's administration. CME Group officially launched XRP futures. No SEC resistance, no fanfare, institutions loading silently. DTCC is expanding tokenized assets settlement behind the scenes. They are wiring up the real rails while normies argue over meme coins. Liquidity index M2 broke out. Bitcoin hasn't moved yet, but it's loaded like a spring ready to snap. XRP and tokenized assets are waiting right behind it. Gaza pressures move. Trump publicly leans on Netanyahu to be good to Gaza, laying the groundwork for the real Middle East reconstruction corridors. IQD switch prep confirmed. Economic and security alignment discussions running hotter than the headline admit. And bottom line, again, we talk about the rails are built, liquidity is loaded, the political pieces are moving. They're not warning you. They're wiring the new system while the crowd still are arguing over the old ones. Stay ahead, stay awake. It's all being done in real time. It's being done right in your face, but we're not, you have to really look. Most people are not paying attention. Here's another one. Basically, Iraq filed bankruptcy on the current financial system. Bankruptcy on the current financial system, that means we will bring the new rate so we can open the 2025 budget. This is also exciting. Breaking, Iraq just confirmed it's integrating directly with multiple U.S. banks as global correspondent hubs. This is the final connection before Forex activation. What did I just say? Their stock exchange is down from May 1st to 4th. Mazar Salih, advisor to Iraq's prime minister, just said, linking with U.S. banks provides financing, credit lines, digital banking, and international systems. Everything in the world globally is being linked up through the blockchain XRP system. Translation: Iraq's banking system just locked into the global financial grid. No more isolation, no more lag. They're calling it integration with the international banking system, rapid, open, direct coordination, raising national banks to the global level. That's Forex language. That's SWIFT plus ISO 20022 compliance. That's a pre-launch checklist being closed out. This opens the door for full currency normalization, international clearing and settlement, direct dollar trade routes, digital rails to handle massive cross-border flows. They're flipping the switch behind the curtain, and the public move comes next. Based on what we know, Iraq is 0 to 30 days away from full Forex readiness. The budget tables are locked, execution locks synced to something bigger. The U.S. banking ties are live. The CBHQ ribbon could drop any moment. The signal has never been clearer. If you've been waiting, this is it. The system's wiring is done. The volume is rising and the liquidity floodgate is almost wide open. Iraq is ready. Are you? And this last one. So this is from Moonsoon. Fellow IQD investors, I've been diving deep into Iraq's economic situation and I'm more convinced than ever an RV is on the horizon and it's coming quickly. After studying the recent bankruptcy announcement, oil reserves, digital reforms, the global pressure, everything points to a major revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. Let me break it down for you. First, the pros are stacking up. Iraq's government just declared bankruptcy, pulling over 3 trillion IQD and tax trusts to pay salaries. This mirrors Kuwait's crisis before your revaluation in the 1990s. History is repeating itself. Kuwait faced a similar financial collapse, revalued, and came out stronger. And I believe Iraq is on the same path. Iraq's massive oil reserves, the largest ever reported, and top tier gold holdings gave it assets to back a stronger dinar. With oil accounting for 90% of the revenue, these resources are game changing. The shift to digital dinar is another huge win. Digital payments have skyrocketed, showing Iraq is modernizing fast. This transparency reduces cash dependency and curbs corruption, paving the way for a credible RV. And to that, the IMF's SDR's allocation. Remember Swisher's 1776 post, which boasts Iraq's revenues and international support from the US, the UNDP. Everything is aligning perfectly. On the global stage, Trump's tariffs are pushing against currency manipulation, and the rate of 1310 IQD to USD screams under revaluation. The US has also helped Iraq reduce Iran's grip, tackling a major source of corruption and dollar smuggling. Speaking of corruption, yes, there's a red flag, and I have to mention this. The 2020 tax scandal where 2.5 billion or more was embezzled still looms large. But I believe we're past that. With the US oversight in digital reforms, Iraq has made strides to clean up its act, especially with Iran's influence waning. This was the biggest con compared to Kuwait's smoother revaluation, but I'm confident it will be addressed to a degree that won't derail the RV. So what's the new rate? I can't pinpoint exactly, but if I had to guess, we're looking a minimum 0.76 cents IQD USD with the high around 392 IQD USD. These numbers reflect Iraq's economic fundamentals, some real estate pricing I've been studying, and the need to stabilize its budget while attracting investment. The 1310 rate is unsustainable, and the pressure is too high from this CBI to ignore it. This situation is almost a mirror of Kuwait's revaluation, with all signs pointing to a stronger dinar. The only hurdle was Iran influenced corruption, but with the progress on that front, I'm optimistic. Keep your eyes on the CBI announcements, oil reserves, digital dinar adoption. The RV is coming, it's going to be big. So these are a lot of things pointing that we are there. Let me stop share and go back here. Okay. A lot of things are on the horizon. There is one last thing that I want to read. Trump unleashes the gold power income tax revolution. Trump just changed everything on April 27, 2025. He dropped the bomb. No income tax for Americans earning under 200,000, all thanks to tariff-powered revenue plan. That'll obliterate the IRS and launch America into a new industrial age. Jobs are coming back. He calls it the External Revenue Service. But here's the part they don't want you to see. It's not just tariffs. This is the death blow to the fiat system. Judy Shelton is back. Well, Judy Shelton is also on the board of XRP, or Ripple, I should say. Trump, trusted gold standard economist, is pushing a new 50-year treasury bond, fully convertible to gold, launching July 4th, 2026. Her plan: use America's gold reserves to back a new debt instrument and kill the Fed's monopoly. This isn't theoretical. This is the start of the financial coup. The Fed is done. The global dollar ordered is collapsing. Russia and China are already there. China just abolished that 20% VAT tax on gold, signaling a full return to a gold standard. China quietly hoarding gold, dumping dollars. So the new global system will be gold backed, and the US dollar will crash. We're handling them to the wind. We're triggering the collapse of our own currency, and Canada also has no gold left. None. Their dollar is hanging by a thread. So I'm not going to read the rest of that because it's pretty long. But the other thing I want to talk about, let me find where this is. So I've seen posts, and I'm sure you have, and I went to sources and asked about it. So I want to read this as a warning. So if you're in a public group or any group out there, you only get one bite at the apple. So therefore, redemptions are filled immediately with UST, and will not endorse any additional exchanges. This sounds good about the public being overlooked. So what that's saying is you have one bite at the apple. You cannot go and take currency and exchange a note just to get you over the hump. They want you to come in with one appointment, or if you're in other groups and you go to the redemption center, but it's just go once. Don't go and try to exchange a note before your appointment. You have one bite at the apple. Let's do it right. I've had this confirmed by multiple people, so I would heed the advice. We're too close to risk anything. It's not worth it. Even if, let's say you went and brought a note in on a Wednesday and your appointment isn't until Sunday, it's not worth risking it to wait that long. So heed the advice. Don't go and do any exchanges prior. This is being done on a really precise surgical precision. It's a military operation. They are going very slow, very systematically, and it is being done so carefully. And they are just outwitting the cabal, the Fed, every step of the way. And it's a very, very slow process. It's it's not anything that can happen fast. So all I can say is we have to keep watching what keeps coming out in the news, what's being done, how everything is being carefully rolled out. So hang in there, everybody. We are getting there inch by inch, day by day. We're getting closer. So have a great weekend, everybody. If anything important pops up, I will come back. But until then, I'll be back next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.